You don't have to feel intimidated by the wine menu in a restaurant. In today's episode, we will walk you through the process of ordering wine like a pro.
Like a boss.
That's right. Now, when the wine menu comes, you don't have to panic.
Yeah.
Some of them are like
Some of them
binders.
are books.
Yes.
We went to this one spot that had its own, the spot we went to for the boys' dinner.
Yes,
and that was like a book.
It was very intimidating, but it also comes with a sommelier.
Yes, exactly.
And so we'll walk you through the process, whether there's a somm or not. And that way, you don't really have to be intimidated at all, because we're going to break it down. Now, the goal about your whole dining experience, especially now we're talking about wine, is to feel confident.
Yeah.
You want to feel confident, and you want to feel that you're not getting ripped off, like you're out of your element.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because it could be, you can have a wine experience on $40, $50, $60.
Oh, absolutely.
Or $400, if that, because it's whatever your normal is. Okay, so let's get right into it. Ordering the wine. Sometimes some people want to know, like a waiter will come by, what would you like to drink?
Yeah.
You can get whatever you want to drink.
Absolutely.
But we're talking about wine, so you really want to look over the food menu first.
Yeah. You want to see what you're pairing your wine with.
And it's an enhancement of your experience. Mm-hmm. Now, if you just have something that you're going to drink no matter what, then go right to it. Mm-hmm. And so it's best to order everything. If you're having a couple of wines or different wines, plan it out.
Yes. So
that you don't have any interruptions during your meal that you have to look, get the light out, because let's face it, restaurants are often dark.
Absolutely.
And really interrupt the flow of everything. You're not going to have the somm come over or your waiter come over and then disturb you. And it really helps him, the waiter, to get everything prepared.
Yeah, this way you have a nice smooth transition. Everything flows the way you want it to flow.
True.
Yeah.
Like if you're having white and red, then they could get the glasses all prepared, so it'd be a seamless transition. If you're if you run out of wine and you're on to the next one.
Exactly.
So look at the menu, see what you want to order, and then pair it. Order all your
stuff. Yeah, order your
stuff.
food, and then pay your wine accordingly.
Okay, so that's number one. Now you have the wine list. It's usually categorized if it's a good wine menu.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not
red,
just
white. Then you break down your variables, which would be like Pinot Noir, Merlot, Cabernet, your red blends.
Yes.
All your normal things.
So think about not only what you have or what style you enjoy.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a full body or fruity, something a little bit sweeter, or something very dry, you want it oaky, you want it earthy, have that in mind. Or you tell the waiter or the somm what it is that you're looking for.
Absolutely. And see what they pair with you.
True, and that's really what they're there for.
That's their job.
Okay, so whether it's by region, like you may not know regions in France and California or Italy and things like that, and it's really up to you to say, listen, okay, now we have a somm, and the somm or the waiter is your tour guide, okay? You let them know what destination you want to get to.
Yeah, exactly. You know where you want to go.
Right.
But you need guidance. You need a tour guide.
Exactly.
You want to see all the sites.
Decide the destination, and then he'll take you there.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they're there for. So you want to, if it's a big book, you cut that down by saying, hey, this is what I really want.
Exactly.
Or this is what I know, or this is what I like, or here's where I want to go. I want something
like this.
Exactly. And now, if it is that you're worried about price and you don't want to really talk, it's important to talk about price.
Absolutely.
And so say your range, or if you don't want it to say out loud, you can point.
Yeah.
Just say somewhere in the range of this.
Exactly.
And I want to go here. For example, how would you, I know that you're not that big on wine, so I think you're a perfect example. Yeah. You're out with 6 people. Mm-hmm. You're the experienced restaurant person. How would you go about it?
I would look at the wine list. Like you said, we would pair it, if we're getting if we're doing something universal, maybe like this, if you want to do maybe a Pinot Noir where it covers the reds and the white, and not the reds, the meats in the fishes.
Yeah.
Where you can have something like nice and light, but it kind of pairs with both. I like a nice middle of the road, but I don't want to get hit in the head either.
Okay.
So I'll be like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Similar to like this, do you have something, XYZ? I would throw out like a wine that I like and see what they could kind of pair if they didn't have that wine already.
Yeah.
And see what they pair it with on their own and maybe something similar. Or, like if you want just like a white, like let's say everybody's at the table doing fish and we want to do like a nice white. And I'd ask the group, what kind of, I got something that end the palate up and kind of switch you up for between this course and that course and kind of go from there and just see what they would say and ask for advice, but go from there.
Right. Don't ask for advice, but don't give away your power.
No.
Right? You don't want to say, oh, whatever you think.
No,
and then next thing you know, you're getting a $150 bottle of
absolutely.
wine.
Then you get smacked in the head.
Right. And most likely with 6 people, you're going to have more than one bottle.
Yeah.
And generally, if you're having meat and you're having fish, generally you may end up with two different bottles of wine. And so in that case, what I would do is either defer to someone at the table that has more wine knowledge than us, because we did that on
and he did great.
And he did really well. And so working with a somm doesn't have to be intimidating at all.
Actually, it was so funny. He was working the somm.
True. And so communication is key.
Yes.
On your preferences. Like for me, I don't really like wines I have to chew. I don't really want something that's super dry. Yeah. And I like it fruity, and I like, somewhat of a full body. Yeah. And, my price range is about up to $120.
Yeah, nice middle of the range. Like, between because I want something in the store that's going to be like $30 or $40. Like if I went to like a regular, like a total,
I'll go up to 60 in the store.
Yeah, but that range between like 30 and 60.
Yeah, because 50 something is a sweet spot. 40 something
that would be in the store.
Store, yeah.
Yes, and then because in the restaurant that's going to be between.
That's your 120. Yeah, that's your 80, 120, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
and we don't have to go there, but I'm more interested in how excited he is about me trying this wine and things like that. And so now you're getting the idea that it's just a relationship, a friendship, a guide, that kind of thing. They're there to help you at whatever budget you want, really. That's what they're there for. What else are they going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you're at a place that just has a waiter and he doesn't really know, you can ask the bartender if they have the glass of wine. I'm not that big on trying a bunch of different ones.
It's not a wine tasting. You don't want to look like that guy that's doing the wine tasting either.
If I'm truly worried about it, I will relegate myself to something I absolutely
that you definitely know. Yeah.
Or something that won't break the bank if it's a fail.
If it's bad.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just go with that. I just go on down. But most likely, a lot of places will let you taste a wine. Now, don't go tasting 5 different ones.
That's not going to happen.
Right? Taste the one.
Yeah.
Maybe
a second.
Maybe a second. It's maddening for the flow of everything for you to sit there and go, no. Now that you've chosen your wine, the wine is going to come to you. In the case of a white or a red, you want to check the temperature. All right? Because here in South Florida, it's hot.
It's hot.
So we keep ours mostly in a chiller, whether it's white or red.
Exactly.
It's going to be kept at 2 different temperatures.
Yeah.
But it needs to be, it's not room temperature in like California or a basement in Europe is going to be different than room temperature in.
Oh, absolutely. In a hot ass place, with all the doors up and everything else.
So I don't really like the idea of saying like
room temperature.
Room temperature. No. It's supposed to be a temperature.
Yes.
Whether
usually
the temperature
like 68 to 70, like for a red, that's in the chill, and then your white's obviously gonna be in a normal refrigeration, like 40.
Even cooler than 70, but
definitely.
You want to use the back of your hand,
because
then you're not fingering the wine. You just use the back of the hand to see that it's chilled. Yeah. Obviously, a white is definitely going to be.
That should be cold.
Yeah. I mean, and even so, I don't really like my whites that cold.
Not frigid, but like, but like cold, cold to the touch, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. So you want to check the label as well, because Wine labels, it's just one little thing that separate it from this, from that.
Absolutely.
You know? You want to make sure that you're getting the wine that you ordered.
Yeah.
Also very important to know that when you're tasting a wine, you're not tasting the wine, you're verifying the wine.
That's correct, yes.
Right? And there's a difference. The difference is...
You're making sure the wine's not bad.
Right.
Because it could taste like shit.
And that's the way it's supposed to be made. You picked the shitty glass.
Yeah, you just picked the shitty wine.
Yeah, so you're not trying the wine to see if you like it.
No. You're seeing if it's bad. You're seeing if it has a vinegary taste.
Yeah.
You're seeing if it, you can, that's why you smell it and you do whatever you call shit.
Correct. So now you've checked the vintage, you check the label, you check the temperature, and then you go through, they present the wine. Now, for waiters and waitresses who are opening the wine, some place, it's going to be, how you do it is going to be dictated by the place that you work.
Absolutely.
Some places demand that you place it on the table for stability and leverage, and some places that's a no-no.
Yeah.
I can do all the bottles up high in my hand, but I'm not going to fault somebody who has to use
their leverage and they need what they need.
You're going to remove the foil below the lip.
Yeah.
And then you're going to seat the auger or the worm into the cork.
Yes.
And by seated means you don't start right away. You get that firm press with the first hook. And then you start moving with it confidently. Yes. You want to go all the way down, particularly with the older style wines. The cork is a bit longer. And if you don't get all the way into it.
Yeah, if you don't get to the meat, if the guy get all the way into the meat. Because you could pull up and that shit will still be in there.
Exactly, and
like, what just happened?
That's a semi-fail right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a total loss, but you're going to have some more work to recover that cork.
It's work. And then you look like an asshole at the table.
Oh, man.
It's the worst, yo.
Here's the thing. You might worry about puncturing the bottom of the cork and introducing some wine. Better to get the cork out than
what we just talked about. When you break, because now you're getting sediment and all the other shit.
It's problems.
You might have just destroyed a good bottle of wine.
At least your reputation.
Yeah. At least with that table.
Yeah. Yes.
At the bare minimum.
At the bare minimum, you look like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So then there's some familiarity with certain bottles that you know that's going to be a little bit of an issue.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
there are.
cork
Yeah,
and things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah, there's
so
a couple bottles that
you want to pull like steadily, not quickly, where there might be some separation if it's an old cork, and then. A wine key may not be the best if you do the wine key and the osso or whatever it's called, the things on the side. But you generally are going to know if there's a problem because...
You're going to feel it right away.
You're going to... I don't know if you're going to feel it. What I was going to say is if someone else has opened that wine before, that varietal and that,
That's what I mean,
somebody's going to say something.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I had a bottle of wine at my spot. We had to turn it upside down. Like flip it around and then put it in. And then be able to pull it out.
Really?
Well, because it was just, I don't know. I don't know how the pressure was. But anytime you did like just a straight on top, the cork will fall apart.
I don't even understand what you just said.
It was crazy. Like literally upside down to make the initial put in.
Okay, I think that's a style thing. I can't imagine that there's an advantage.
There wasn't, but it worked. It was the only way we could get it out without it like breaking.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't do it at the table. We would start it like this, and then bring it with just the wine key in it, and then open at the table that way.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know, it was so bad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
But it was only the one wine.
Okay.
So it was better than losing it. You know what I mean? And not be able to sell it all.
With the permission of the guest, you can say, hey, I'm going to open this
pre
and things like that. And then there's some situations where a wine will come to you already open, as if you've asked the sommelier to just select the wine. He's gonna usually try it, and he's not gonna try it at the table, and then he'll bring it to you, and then present it. Now that it's opened, it's been presented to you, you're going to aerate the wine by twirling the glass on the table or in your hand, and the bottle's been the wine's been cooped up.
Yeah.
Now it's out of jail.
It needs to open.
Yes, it needs to run around.
It needs to breathe.
Exactly. So you let that go, and then you stick your nose right into the
Yeah.
Right into the glass, and you smell it. Smelling something unfamiliar, if you're familiar with the glass, the bottle of wine, or smelling something funky and off, then you say, hey, this is good or not. You verified it, and then you go on to the next thing. Now you're pouring the wine, let's say for your 6-top.
Yeah.
Okay? That's about, I don't want to say that's the limit, but not everyone's going to get a full glass.
No, not even close.
I don't pour full glasses anyway.
Yeah. You can do about a 4-ounce pour with 6 people.
Yeah, you could certainly get around, even if it's ridiculous where it's 8. Yeah. You want to not have, everyone should have the same amount.
Yeah.
This is the skills that you should have to pour everyone, okay? You should not run out at all in going around the table, right? And so we went into some techniques before with wanting to be able to sell a second bottle of wine or a second glass of wine and things like that. Meaning the decision maker is always the last person that you pour.
Yeah, because he tastes and then you do the lap and you come back and he gets the rest of it.
Right. What do you mean like the rest?
Well, whatever's left in the bottle.
What if there's a lot left in the bottle?
Well, I mean, that's...
I was just thrown off, that's all. But you're going through... I know the sentiment of what you meant, but I want to be clear if we're instructing people how to do things. And so you go around, and then you are going to, deal with that person, the decision maker, whether or not, they want to get
and
another...
usually when you, like, with a 6-top, when you pour that last bit into his glass, you're like, you want another bottle?
Right, but you should do that. It should end up happening...
seamlessly.
Not just seamlessly. I don't want to get the impression that he didn't get the equal amount of wine in the beginning.
I agree.
Right. It should happen somewhere after the initial pour. Correct. Now, bringing your own bottle of wine is acceptable for the most part, but you really have to find out before you bring it.
If you're allowed to bring it, all the
right. Because, yes, you want to know the corkage fee, and you want to know if they own that bottle of wine.
Yes, because you don't want to bring a bottle that they already have. That's the key. I mean, if they're selling it, they're kind of looking at you like, well, we sell this here.
Yeah, then it's a no.
Yeah.
It's a no.
Yeah.
So you need to be confident that it's a wine that they don't have. And it's a wine that's better.
Yes.
Because you're walking into an establishment that sells wine, okay? And so even if it's not better or anything,
but you like the flavor of the taste, and that you can stand by it. As long as it's not on their menu, I think you're fine.
And usually the corkage fee is going to be at least their cheapest bottle of wine.
Exactly.
So just keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, don't show up with the big jug with the little handle thing.
Oh my God.
You're not going to escape a corkage fee in multiple.
No.
Okay? If you get the 1.75, we're going to charge you twice.
Yeah.
Don't try
to get sneaky with it.
I've seen it.
I know.
I've had that. And I've either told them they can't bring it or it's going to be 4 times.
Yeah.
Right? It's just...
What are you doing?
You're not getting away with anything, but, enjoy. And so, yes, some restaurants are BYOB, and it's not the same as corkage. So if they don't have a liquor license and they're not able to sell wine, and you're welcome to get BYOB, bring your own bottle, you have to establish that before you show up.
Absolutely.
Make a call and find out so that you're not in
limbo.
Not just in limbo, out of alignment with the establishment. And so if there's a step that we missed, or you have something specific that you want us to cover, I know this was just kind of a quick thing.
It was broad, but it was good. At least I hope it was good for you guys.
Yes, I hope so too. But the whole sentiment that I really want to convey is that you have more power than you think. You don't have to give away your power because I'm not knowledgeable on wine in varieties and things like that in years in which
I just have just enough to get me by, even as a server.
True, I know the wines that we have.
Yeah, and I know how to pair them with our food.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I have an idea of wines across the board that I've been frequent throughout the years that people know, and that that they can throw a name out and they'll be like, oh yes, that's similar to the style of the taste that I'm looking for, and then you can kind of pair it that way.
Right. But there's so many wines.
Oh, there's so many wines
that I've never seen or heard of before, and you're gonna have to rely on other people to do it. And don't just think that the cheapest wine is not good or good, or the most expensive wine is good or not good.
Yeah, those are myths.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, the most expensive thing
absolutely.
It could totally be a myth. You can find great wines or great anything at a nice normal price.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of doing your research, understanding what your palate is and what you like.
And you're right. We have a phone right here. All these wines are rated.
Yeah.
And you can just take a picture of the bottle, get the information, or ask. Mm-hmm. Take your phone out in the case that they don't know.
Yeah.
But ask, how these things are being received and things like that. And yes, if you take nothing else out of this, it's just a journey.
Yeah.
You pick the destination, and the restaurant will
guide you on your way.
That's right. We do this for you each and every week. If you have a show idea, you can reach out to me. You can email me, themodernwaiter@gmail.com, or follow me on Instagram @themodernwaiterpodcast. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny DeVille, and subscribe, people.
We will see you next week.
Later.